When I think of great teachers in my life, I think first of my parents, William Doyle, my father, and Mary Lou Doyle, my mother. They co-founded the first Montessori school in New York City, and I was there in the first class. And what they taught me was that as a very young person in preschool and kindergarten, I deserved to feel like education was my project, like I was in the driver's seat, like I had input, and that my life in school at that age should be about play, experimentation, freedom, within very good guidelines, of course, but that gave me a feeling that I take with me today when it comes to learning and living, and that was a wonderful lesson that they and Montessori taught me. That school is still in business now and going strong, by the way, in New York, the Cadman School. The second great teacher I had was Leonard Bernstein, the great composer. I was invited to his young people's concerts TV taping at the age, I believe I was 4 or 5, possibly 6. He had this wonderful TV series where he would teach young people music through concerts at Lincoln Center. And he was on fire with passion and joy and treating us children in the audience as peers and partners almost in visualizing stories that were being told through music. And his passion stays with me today. That was teaching at its absolute best. You could still see some of these on YouTube, and they I think are as wonderful as teaching ever gets. The third great teacher I had was here in Finland. I'm speaking to you from Helsinki, Finland. 5 years ago, I came here on a Fulbright Scholarship to study the wonderful, the world-renowned school system here. And my mentor became a professor at the University of Eastern Finland by the name of Heikki Happonen. Heikki Happonen was the chief or the head of the Finnish Teacher Training Schools Association, of their university teacher training schools. So he was basically the head teacher of Finland. And I would follow him around through what was my son's school. My son went to his school. And he said a few things to me. The 3 things that really stand out are, number 1, that school should be a child's favorite place. And it's the adult's job to make school a child's favorite place, and all that entails. And I thought, wow, that should be our mission, not test scores necessarily, primarily, not many other things, but that should be our goal. The second thing he said was that children should feel like school is like a home for them. They should want to come there. It should be designed around their comfort and their needs. And he actually has when they built a new school up there, my son's classmates were consulted in the architecture, design, and layout of the new school and the new school building. And they were taken very seriously, and their ideas were put into action at that school. Really remarkable. The last thing he taught me was, he said that the purpose of childhood education is to give children beautiful memories of childhood. And if you build the school experience around that, then you have a foundation of well-being and happiness and joy, which is the foundation of all learning. You can't have learning without well-being. They're intertwined, and that's the big lesson that living in Finland has taught me, being a Finnish public school father has taught me. And I think that's one of the smartest things I ever heard said about education.